this. Liverpool 6 points above Tottenham now in second, who've improved their goal difference today. Manchester City dropping down to third. What a change at the top of the table as things stand. So Manchester City, just a few weeks ago, they were playing at the top of their game. They were leading the way, Robbie Mustoe. What has happened to Pep Guardiola's men?
Today is significant. There's no question about it. That's a big gap. We're halfway through now of the league season. I think you look at Spurs, you look at Liverpool, you see momentum, you see drive, you see real energy, Rob. You see Man City, lots of changes. Again, different players in the side today. That's 3 losses out of the last 4. Is the motivation there? Has there been too many changes? And has Pep really got this team as we thought? We all kind of said that he's the guy that's going to poke these players to want to perform again and to win again. It doesn't look like it right now.
Do you think Liverpool are now favourites?
Yep, we've got new favourites, Rebecca. However we want to look at it, and the only reason that we're cautious is we've never seen Liverpool put 38 games together. 19 games, halfway point, they are the favourites, 7 points clear. And there's 2 reasons why I think they could go on to do it. Defensively, the fewest goals, 7 goals conceded, another clean sheet. And there's a control about this football club, there's a control about the play, there's a control about the manager that I think sets them in good stead for what's coming up.
But let us not rule out a Tottenham team, Robbie Mustoe, that score goals like they're going out of fashion, and every week just they continue to win games.
Absolutely, and the goals are coming in from different players. It's so funny because Liverpool and Spurs at the start of the season, they were getting results, but they were limping along. You know, World Cup hangover, whatever you want to say. Right now, those 2 teams are at the peak of their powers, and City are not. Fascinating stuff.
How crucial is this period of the season, this bunched up amount of games?
Well, this period, Rebecca, I thought was when Manchester City kick on and leave the rest standing. Well, actually, it's Liverpool who kicked on. It's Spurs who are looking, like Robbie says, with the intensity and athleticism, and Man City hanging on to coattails. That game against Liverpool and Manchester City coming up January 3rd could almost be a title decider.
Well, that's what I was about to say. I mean, this could all kind of change again on January the 3rd.
Get to there.
Or 4 points with plenty of games left.
Chaps, I have to ask you, you both went for Man City at the beginning of the season to win the title. Are you sticking right now?
I'm sticking, not changing just yet.
No, you know me.
He changed.
I'm ready for
He changes with the win. Robbie Earls now with Liverpool. What a day in the title race. Liverpool now have a 6-point lead. Manchester City lose their 3rd game in 4, and Tottenham all of a sudden are sitting in 2nd. Game massively on. Rest of the goals to come.
0 ahead with Dejan Lovren scoring emphatically with that.
That was a fantastic strike, great technique, and for a centre half, you know, half volley, smashes it in the back net. He doesn't follow the ball in. He pulls off and just stops and hopes it's going to come to him, anticipates it. And what a half volley.
Well, particularly from a centre-half as well.
Absolutely, fantastic strike. But you can see he just stops, hopes it's going to come down to him. It does. Great technique. Brilliant goal.
Well, that's how they went in at 45 minutes. In the second, Liverpool then given this penalty. You thought it was a bit harsh on
in his head now, he's looking for it. As soon as he picks up that ball, he thinks, I'll drive into the box, I'll wait for any sort of contact, and I'll just hit the deck. And that's exactly what he's done. That's soft for me, in my opinion. That's a very soft penalty. But he goes down because he knows he's taking them.
Mind you, Paul Dummett did give the referee something to think about, though, didn't he? By, I suppose,
he didn't complain too much,
shirt.
did he, Dummett? He didn't complain.
No, he didn't. Then also, Xherdan Shaqiri got himself onto the score sheet. Fine finish this in the end by the Swiss international, but Fan brilliantly.
In the end, they were queuing up, Manish, and they just to score. It was a stroll in the park for Liverpool today. Newcastle had one game plan just to try and keep it tight, anti-football, try and ruin the game, and they couldn't do it. As soon as they score, they never had a plan B.
Just to show the squad strength that Jurgen Klopp now has at his disposal, Fabinho comes off the bench and gets himself on the score sheet.
Yeah, and he's no right to have a free header from 3 yards out, and it's poor defending. But you're right, the squad they've amassed over the last season or so is such a strong squad now. When you consider no Gomez, Keita wasn't Blair today, and you know they've got so many options, Milner, etc. So they're the real deal at the moment.
Tim, 8th win on the spin now for Liverpool. 26 wins this calendar year. It's a new club record. They're getting stronger and stronger at the minute.
No, they're outstanding. I mean, the head-to-head games come March, April, when it comes a bit edgy. You know, especially for teams like Tottenham and Liverpool who have never got there before and been over the line. Then they start playing the head-to-heads against the Man Cities, against the Chelseas, against the big sides. That's going to be key to whoever wins this Premier League.
OK, let's go to the King Power Stadium. Tim, I know you said slightly tongue-in-cheek of this so-called crisis at Manchester City. It's now, what, 3 defeats in the last 4 games. There is definitely a wobble now for Pep Guardiola's defending champions, who came and stuck 2-1 away at Leicester despite taking the lead initially.
Yeah, it was a good goal initially, but Leicester kept plugging away. They were creating chances in the first half, and they continued to create chances as well in the second half. What a hit that is from Ricardo. Fantastic hit. And this is a red card from one of my ex-players there. He's lost his head there, Fabian. He's left it on him. He knows what he's doing, but normally you get away with one, and he ain't got away with that today. So he's going to have a little rest over the new year.
What do you make of the last few results now, Alan?
Well, I just think it shows the strength of the Premier League. You know, getting beat by Palace and now Leicester. You have to be at it every game. You can't take your foot off the pedal. It looks like Man City, with 1 or 2 injuries to their squad, are not coping.
Are we seeing how valuable and how big a miss Fernandinho is for this Manchester City starting 11?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to look who's missing. There must be a common denominator, and it must be Fernandinho. But they've coped with him in the past. I'm sure that they'll brush themselves down and get on with it again. They've got such a wonderful squad. As I say, they need to keep on the coattails. When it starts getting edgy later on in the season, when everyone starts thinking about winning the league, that's when it gets very, very tight at the top.
But for a team that's so used to winning, psychologically, how does it affect the players at City now? Not they're just second, but they've dropped down to third behind Spurs now.
Obviously, it's going to affect them, the run they're having at the moment. But it's up to Guardiola to instill that confidence, carry on playing the way you are. I mean, they went in the lead there today, and you thought it might have been a routine result for them, but it wasn't that way.
And incredibly, of course, the two meet each other, City and Liverpool, at the Etihad on January the 3rd.
Well,
Liverpool can afford to lose that and still be 4 points ahead of them.
Yeah, well, that's the game now. That's key. That's a key game. No, the head-to-head games are massive, and Pep will want to get over this obstacle very, very quickly and get back in winning ways. He needs to, but they know how to get over the line. I've said Man City all season, and I'll continue to stick with them.
Do you?
I do, yeah. I think Liverpool will certainly push them closer, so will Tottenham. It's a 3-horse race.
Alan, and did you ever think there'd be a 7-point gap between Liverpool and Manchester City before the turn of the year?
No, I must admit, I am surprised. Get all them Liverpool fans believing, is it their season again? And as Tim said, perhaps when we get down to the running, when it really gets vital, Sue's the strongest then.
And what about, Tim, do you still think that gap can be brought back by City?
It can be, but we've seen it before. And I should imagine Spurs, when Liverpool and Man City play each other, Spurs will be open perhaps for a draw.
Yeah.
They get a result, and then they're right in it.
Incredible drama over the last 90 minutes in particular. Alan, Tim, thanks very much indeed for your company. 2 live games down, still 2 more still to come, and in the company of Andy Townsend. Andy.
Manish, thank you very much. Yeah, a pretty explosive start to the day so far, and we're not done yet. A little later, we're going to have Watford against Chelsea from Vicarage Road. But up next, in the company of Ian Wright and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, we're off to the South Coast for Brighton against Arsenal. Brighton will just be aware that 1 or 2 of the teams below them starting to pick up a few points, and Arsenal will be desperate to muscle into the top 4. Team News next.